Hello. I'm trying to adjust my camera here. I didn't have it set up right. Good evening. I am going to do some reading. So seriously, I wanted to tell you about my week. I did 3 new things this week. And I had mentioned, if you didn't see, I am doing Miracle Morning. I am reading a book called The Miracle Morning, and I love it. And there are 5 things that you're supposed to do every morning, and you're supposed to schedule this as if it's like the most important hour of your day, and it really sets you up for a great day. So there are 5 things. I have been doing 2, but this past week, I added the 3 additional things into my daily life. So I'm going to tell you what they are, and I'm going to tell you what my favorite is. So hi, who's here? Let's see. Hi, Gay. You're always on, Gay. You're so supportive. Thank you. So I'll tell you the 2 things I've been doing, and that is reading. And I do a lot of reading. And of course, I'm reading The Miracle Morning, or I wouldn't have known to do these 5 things. So reading is one thing, and to at least 10 minutes. So that's 10 minutes of that hour. The other is exercise. And you're supposed to be exercising at least 10 minutes of that hour. I exercise 30 minutes, so I more than check that one off my list. So then the other 3, and I'll go in order that I do them, is meditate, because that's the first thing I do. And meditate for 10 minutes. And if you're like me, I have a monkey mind. And what that is it just like, it's hard for me to concentrate and focus on meditation type behavior. So, kind of, you deep breathe, you think of your body, you try to free the mind from thoughts. And so then I start thinking about stuff, start thinking about stuff I need to do. I start thinking about work-related stuff because I love my work. And so I'm always trying to think of new things to do. And so you need to quiet your mind. Your mind needs to take a break. And so I've been doing some guided meditations, and I have downloaded 4 different apps. And so I'm going to be sharing which ones I like best and why. And then the other thing is, affirmations. And so I've done affirmations in the past, but they've fallen off by the wayside. You end up getting busy, and your habits change. Or if you haven't really developed a habit, right? So if you don't do something consistently day in and day out, then you just need to continuously do it and be really diligent in that. So I've picked back up with my affirmations. And then I spent about 5 minutes on that. And then the last thing is journaling. And I've always loved to write. I have a blog. But, and then when I was younger, I remember I had an English teacher, and she made us journal. And I still have that journal. It's a lime green spiral notebook. But I really do like to express myself in words. And a lot of times life gets busy, and so I don't do that like I should. And so I have started journaling this week, and that has made me really, really happy. And so you're supposed to do it for 10 minutes in the morning. So that's part of that hour. And then you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to do it at night, or it doesn't say to do it at night, but I just want to show you, I got this book. It's called, I don't know if you can see it with the light, The 5-Minute Journal. And I got this as a gift last summer. And I went to an event. Actually, it was a gift that I got from going to an event. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great thing. I love it. I love how it starts out, and it explains why you do these things. And I had all intentions of doing it, but then I set it by my bed, and it sat there. It sat there for 8 months? So, but because I started the Miracle Morning, I decided I was going to, hi Cindy, I decided I was going to start instead of just journaling off the top of my head, I was going to use my 5-minute journal, and I was going to do that. And so I just want to tell you why I love it so much. And it's on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon. It's a bit pricey because it is a hardback book, but I'll just tell you what I write down, and if you don't want to buy it, then you can just write this stuff down. Okay, so the one thing I love is that it has quotes at the top. And so I shared a quote on Facebook yesterday, but the quote yesterday was, "This is a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before." And that actually kind of made me get choked up, because I thought how often we are so like looking forward to the future of what we have to do tomorrow or what we have to do next week, and we hurry, rush through the day. And this made me really realize how I just really want to appreciate at the end of the day what that day was, what it meant to me, what I accomplished in that day. And the quote this morning, which I loved, and I haven't shared on Facebook yet, but I will because I loved it, is, "To love and win is the best thing. To love and lose the next best." So, and I think that's so great because, what's the saying? To be loved and lost is better than to never be loved at all. Isn't that I remember that from somewhere. But anyways, so what I write in the morning in my 5-minute journal is 3 things I'm grateful for. And I try to not, hi Lillian, I try to not be repetitive. So I want to think of new things every day that I'm grateful for. I'm not writing the same three things down every day. That's not like using my brain. And it's not, I think, you just have to, there's so many things to be grateful for. So, and I just want to find whatever those things are each day. So the next thing I do is I say, what would make today great? Isn't that great? I love it because it's like makes you think about really where your focus should be. What would make today great? If you did something today that would make it great, you should write that down, because you know what? This tells you, if you write this down, that that's going to be front and center of your mind. And so then you're going to be more than likely to do it. And that's what a lot of this stuff is. It's about teaching your brain these things so they'll be a part of your subconscious. If these things that you want, if things that are your goals and things that you want to do better and things that you're grateful for, if they're in your subconscious, they're going to come to your conscious mind and they're going to happen for you. And so I love it. The mind is a very powerful thing. And that's why you don't ever want to feed it the negative, because then that's what's going to happen in your life. So 3 things that make your day great, and then 2 affirmations. It only wants 2 affirmations. I have an app called Think Up, which I really love. And it's free for 4 affirmations. And so I've mentioned it before, but I bought it. It's really cheap, but so I bought it so I could do more affirmations. But I have about I think it's like 2-minute long. I can't, like probably 15 affirmations that I have recorded in my voice, and I just put my earplugs in on my iPhone and I just listen to those. And I'd listen to them twice, so it's about a 5-minute time frame that I'd listen to those affirmations. But I do write down 2 affirmations when I do my journaling, because it's a part of the 5-minute journal. So, and they're different. So I just add 2 more, and I add 2 that just come off the top of my head, just like what would make today great and what I'm grateful for. And then the other thing I like, and see, you can see how it is. It's got a nighttime section and a daytime section. So, my nighttime section is 3 amazing things that happened today, and then the very bottom is how could I have made today even better. So I like the fact that it's a reflection of the day. So you can, you want to think about, what could I, maybe you had an argument with somebody, or maybe you were rude to somebody, or maybe you just slacked somewhere. Maybe you ate a whole half-gallon ice cream, or maybe you didn't do your workout. Just something that you could do better that you were planning to do and it just didn't happen. So, you know, we sometimes beat ourselves up, and I feel like this gives you like a place to say, okay, I know I can do better, and I'll do better. And so what does Lillian say? What's the name? This is called 5-Minute Journal. So, and I like it because it's hard. It's a soft cover, and it's sturdy, and every day has a great quote. I don't want to read tomorrow's quote because I don't want to ruin it for me. But Miracle Morning is the book that I'm reading that tells me these things, these habits to do every day. And the Miracle Morning asks you to, and the 5 things, again, I'll repeat them, are meditating, affirmations, visualizations. I think I missed that one. So you basically do your affirmations, and then you visualize your affirmations. So you visualize, and I've learned that visualizations, before I was visualizing things that I wanted, things that, like, you know, if I wanted to reach a goal and achieve something, then I was envisioning myself like accepting the award or being on stage to receive it or whatever. And so one of the things that I've learned through this book is when you do your visualizations, they should be visualizations of you doing the tasks that get you to your goal. So that's kind of a different way of looking at it. So instead of like visualizing my end goal, although I do know that your end goal and kind of like really being in the moment, that really puts it like so you can feel it. And I see that could work. But I also think it's really important, and I'm glad that I saw this in the Miracle Morning. I think it's really important that you visualize the process that you go through to get to that goal, the actions that you perform, because that's what you need to feed your subconscious, is those actions that you're taking, that, you know, because that's what you need to do to get to that goal. So visualize that. And so say one of my goals is to inspire people to live healthier and happier lives. So part of my visualization is me like talking to people, and people smiling, and people having results, and me getting messages from people about how their lives have changed. So it's like that process, not necessarily getting an award for being the best coach in the world. I want that process. I want those results with those people. So visualizing that, and as it's in process and being successful at that, is really what you want to visualize. And then, okay, so that's 3, and then 4 is exercise, and 5 is journaling. So those are the 5 things. So I just wanted to put in I only simply got on because I've just felt so great that I've been setting my alarm to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and because I normally get up at 7, and I work from home, so it's not like I have to go to an office. And so I work my own hours, and I usually work past dinner because I love what I do, and it's hard for me to stop. So getting up at 7 I still work at least 8 hours. But I do fun stuff. So part of my work is exercising. So, and then I also do run errands during the day. But I thought getting up at 6, it's dark, it's quiet. My husband's sometimes still asleep, so it gives me some quiet time in the morning. And I just felt like it makes me feel like I just want to get up to do this stuff. And I spend an hour doing it. I make my shake, and so then I spend an hour doing it. And then this is the last part that I do, which I love. And so that's what I do. Oh, the exercise I do later in the day. I don't do the exercise within that hour. So I usually wait a couple hours and do the exercise. And again, it's easy. So, but if you don't have a lot of time, and basically what they said, this is another great thing. I should probably say this for another video, but I thought this was really interesting. But what he said is, a lot of people say they're tired. And he said, what you do is, if you go to bed and you're like, oh, it's really, really late, I'm going to be really tired in the morning. Well, what happens is that's what you tell your brain. So your brain thinks that when you wake up in the morning. If you go to bed and you say, oh, I am so excited to wake up in the morning, I'm going to get up early and do my Miracle Morning, and I'm going to feel so great, even if it's late and even if you're getting just a little bit of sleep, then you'll wake up and you'll feel great. And he said he's tried it. He's actually did it for a period of time, only having like 4 hours of sleep. And he practiced that where he went to bed and was and talked his brain into being really positive and not thinking it was going to be tired. And he said he was not tired at all with the 4 hours versus the 8 hours. And he did both, and he measured that, I guess he documented it. I don't know what all he did, but so I thought that was really interesting because a lot of times I'm up past midnight and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be really tired with that alarm being set at 6 o'clock in the morning because I need 7 hours. I feel like I need 7 hours. If I don't get 7 hours, I start getting like sore throat, or so and thank God for vitamin C, because that I just pop a couple extra vitamin C and then I'm fine. So, but I thought that was really interesting. And again, it shows you how your brain and what you tell it is how you feel and what you do and what you end up like you have the power to control your destiny through your thoughts. And so that is something that, and this hour a day, and what he says is you might be adding an hour with these practices, but these practices make you more productive, more efficient, better functioning, happier. And when you're happier, you do better, and great things happen to you. So I'm super excited. I had mentioned I'm going to do a Miracle Morning group. So if you haven't heard about that, then comment, and if you're interested in doing that. I started it already. I'm on chapter 6, and I'm going to be continuing it. So when I do my group, I want it to be a 30-day commitment for the people in the group to do it, to get the book and then to do it. And so I want them to start the book on the first day. Have had the book. I don't want them to not have the book on the first day, put it that way. So anyways, I have talked long enough, so I'm not sure how, but I prefer 10. Okay, I'm not sure 10. I would love to be a part of it. Yeah, sure, Gay, yeah. Of course, definitely. All right, so I hope you guys have a great Friday night, and I hope you got something out of this. It's just an amazing. Do you want to know what I put? Do you want to know what I put? I'm not shy about saying what. So I am grateful for the rain, because it was raining this morning. And you know how you hate rain? I wasn't happy about the rain, and I thought, I am so glad it's raining because my flowers need it, and my grass needs it, and the world needs it, and nature needs it. And so I was thankful for the rain this morning. And then I was grateful for morning cuddles with my dog, because I love my dog, and he cuddles right next to me in the morning. He has this little habit of when I sit down with my computer on my couch, he comes and snuggles right next to me. And I'm grateful for my freedom. And I thought that was very, when I wrote it, when I first thought of it, I was thinking of, I was looking around my family room and I was thinking, I'm so thankful that I have I'm able to do a job I love, and I can make my own hours. I can be with my husband. I can go wherever I want, anytime I want, and take my work with me. I'm not tied down to any kind of job. But then after I wrote it, I started thinking, I am so lucky to be an American and to be free. And a lot of people don't have that luxury, and they're scared. And we, if you're watching this and live in America, are very lucky. And I don't take that for granted. So I am very appreciative of that. And I'm very appreciative of the men and women who fought to make that happen. I never have gone to war. I've never had a child go to war or a parent go to war. I had an uncle who was in the Vietnam War. But I can't imagine the sacrifice that those families make. And so I'm very appreciative of my freedom. So those are the 3 things I'm grateful for. I won't go in, I won't do the other stuff because I've kept you guys too long. But anyways, I love you guys. I love my Friday nights. Thank God for Facebook, because I love getting on here and connecting with you guys. All right. Mwah, bye.